Hola, soy yo, Vicky, otra vez. It's me, Vicky, again. I hope you're all staying at home and staying safe and trying to make some constructive use of the time. Just to let you know, there is an offer on my Skype classes at the moment. They're €15 an hour, and a course is €150 for 10 hours. Of private classes by Skype. Obviously, if you're watching this, you're doing a little bit of Spanish learning with the tutorials. But if you prefer a more of a sort of classroom type thing, I can do Skype classes. As I say, for €15 an hour. I also do e-courses, so that's basically where I send you the work, you go for explain what you have to do, you go through the work, you send it back, I assess it, and then we decide where to go from there. So there are two other options as well that you can use for learning Spanish, because it does look perhaps like it may be May before I can actually start doing face-to-face classes again. Anyway, as long as we're all safe, that's what matters. So what I'm going to go through today, if you have the book, is on page 51, página 51 de Break the Language Barrier Level 2. If you don't have the book, it doesn't matter, because I'll be reading the questions out in English first, so that you know what I'm asking. But what you do need to know before you do this are the tenses. If you don't know past tenses, this tutorial is comparing the past tenses. So you need to have a look back through the videos that are available on the channel and go through those first before you try and do this video. Or follow this video, because we're comparing tenses, and if you haven't done the tenses, you won't obviously be able to follow it. Okay, so let's start with what we did, I think, in the last video is we went through the first 5 comparisons of tenses that are in the book on page 50, and now we're going on to page 51. We have another 5 verbs that we're going to look at, comparing them in different questions and answers. Okay, so número 6, escribir. Escribir is to write. Okay, so first question, do you write many emails? So do you write many emails? So it's present tense, the clue is in do you. So, escribes muchos, well, you can use emails, but Spanish people tend to use correos electrónicos. So, escribes muchos correos electrónicos. Y yo diría, sí, escribo muchos correos electrónicos. The next question with that verb is, have you written anything for a magazine? So, have you written, present perfect? ¿Has escrito algo para una revista? ¿Has escrito algo para una revista? Y yo diría, sí, he escrito varias cosas para revistas, ¿vale? And then the next one, did you write to your family last week? Did you write to your family? Oh, I don't know, you're English, or you're an English speaker. Sometimes I just forget what language I'm speaking in, but anyway. Did you write to your family last week? Sería, escribiste, preterite, because it's did you write, a tu familia, or a la familia, la semana pasada. So, escribiste a tu familia la semana pasada. Y yo diría, pues, sí, no una carta, not a letter, ni correo electrónico or an email, pero escribí mensajes en el teléfono. And then the last one, did you used to write many letters before the internet? And I would say, so to translate the question into Spanish would be, escribías muchas cartas antes del internet. So that is imperfect because it's did you used to. Escribías muchas cartas antes del internet. Yo diría, I would say, sí, escribía muchas cartas antes del internet a mis amigos y familia en Inglaterra. Now we only get bills, don't we? I quite miss that. Used to get some, used to get nice letters. We don't get any letters now, it's only bills. Okay, number 7, estar. So el verbo estar, which is the verb to be, the second verb to be, and the first question, where were you on Sunday? So where were you on Sunday is preterite because it's a specific day. So it's ¿Dónde estuviste el domingo? ¿Dónde estuviste el domingo? And then the next question, were you often at the cinema in Britain? So this, if it's asking, were you often there? It's repeated basis in the past, so it's imperfect. So it's estabas, it's one of the Alibaba ones. Estabas a menudo en el cine en Britannia? Or if you're not from Britain, wherever you used to live. So never answered the first question. So, ¿Dónde estuviste el domingo? Where were you on Sunday? Bueno, estuve en casa. I was in the house, of course. We're not allowed to go anywhere else at the moment. So, vale. And then this one, ¿estabas a menudo en el cine en Bretaña? Or whatever your country is. Yo diría, sí, estaba a menudo en el cine. Me gusta mucho el cine. Y have you ever been to Mexico is the next one. So the clue there is the have you ever been. So it's present perfect. ¿Has estado alguna vez en México? ¿Has estado alguna vez en México? And I would say, no, nunca he estado en México. And the last one, where are you? So this is present tense, are. ¿Dónde estás? And I would say, estoy en casa. Estoy en casa. That's probably everybody's answer to that question at the moment. Then number 8, then we're looking at the other verb to be, ser. Have you ever been a student? Is the first one, because student is classed as a profession, so we will use ser for it. So, ¿has sido estudiante alguna vez? ¿Has sido estudiante alguna vez? And I would say, sí, he sido estudiante muchas veces. ¿Vale? And then the next one, how was your last birthday? So, how was your last birthday? This is your last birthday is a one-off event, or even though you have a birthday every year, but your last one only happened once. And so that will be preterite. ¿Cómo fue tu último cumpleaños? ¿Cómo fue tu último cumpleaños? And I would say, mi último cumpleaños fue normal, nada especial. And then the last one, where was your last Spanish teacher from? So that is imperfect because they're always from there. Sorry, excuse me. So, ¿de dónde era? Where were they from? So, ¿de dónde era tu último o última profesor o profesora, depende, de español? ¿De dónde era tu última, in my case it was a woman, so, ¿de dónde era tu última profesora de español? And I would say, mi última profesora de español era de Orihuela, creo, Orihuela o Torrevieja, no estoy segura, pero esta zona. And then number 9, the verb beber, to drink. So what did you drink last night before dinner? So that's last night before dinner, so it's specific point in time, so it's preterite. ¿Qué bebiste anoche antes de cenar? Or you could also say antes de la cena. Okay, so ¿qué bebiste anoche antes de cenar? Yo diría bebí un vodka con tónica, ¿vale? So anoche antes de cenar bebí un vodka y tónica. And the next one, what do you drink in the morning? So eso es presente, claro, porque es what do you drink. So, ¿qué bebes por la mañana? Y yo diría, por la mañana siempre bebo café, ¿vale? And the next one, what did you used to drink in a restaurant? So it's what did you used to, so it's the imperfect. So is ¿qué bebías en un restaurante? ¿Qué bebías en un restaurante? Yo bebía vino rosado, a lo mejor, en un restaurante. Bebía vino rosado. Remember when we could go to restaurants and have nice menu del dias and things like that. Anyway, one day we'll be doing it again, I suppose. And the last one, have you drank coffee today? So, have you drank, so, or drunk, so that is present perfect. So, ¿has bebido café hoy? ¿Has bebido café hoy? Yo diría sí. He bebido 2 cafés hoy. So far. Okay, and then the last one, número 10, estudiar. So the first one, what do you study? Yeah, present tense. ¿Qué estudias? And I would say, bueno, I don't think I study. Bueno, estudio español. I'm always still studying Spanish, still learning. So, estudio español. And the next one, have you studied a lot this month? Yeah, have you studied a lot this month? So the have you is present perfect. ¿Has estudiado mucho este mes? ¿Has estudiado mucho este mes? And I would say, no he estudiado mucho este mes. He trabajado en el libro. Because I've worked on my book, which is sort of going the other way around to this, instead of teaching people Spanish through English, teaching people English through Spanish. So, no he estudiado mucho este mes. And then the next one, what did you study last year? So, what did you study? And last year are your clues to tell you that it's the preterite. ¿Qué estudiaste el año pasado? Y bueno, yo estudié español, posible, or I might say, no estudié nada el año pasado. And then the last one, where were you studying last year? So our clue, although it's last year, which is a specific point in time. So you might be thinking, oh, preterite, but it's what were you studying? So when we have this past progressive tense, like what were you doing, we will use the imperfect. So it's, it's where. So sorry, cuando, donde estudiabas el año pasado? Where were you studying last year? ¿Dónde estudiabas el año pasado? Y yo diría, estudiaba aquí en mi clase. Yeah, I was studying here in my class or en mi casa, in my house. Vale, okay, so now do you understand a bit better the difference between, I think with the past tenses, when you're doing them individually, they're okay. But then you've got all this information. But when you start to actually compare them like this and thinking about what the clues, there's always little clues to tell you which tense to use. And once you do that, I think it starts to get a bit clearer. I hope so anyway. If you've got any doubts, anything you want to ask, you can always drop me an email or leave a comment. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you're all staying safe at home, and hopefully in May sometime, it looks like at the moment we might be able to get back to doing some normal classes again. But as I say, in the meantime, if you're interested in a Skype course for €150, which is basically 15 one-hour private classes where we can go through whatever you want to, or an e-course which consists of modules, and all the details are on the website. Just let me know, drop me an email and let me know. So thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you can do so below. Adios, muchas gracias. Vale, adios.